Okay, so the Caleb Hammer drama is pretty crazy. I don't know if you've seen him before. Financial Audit. He's the host of that show on YouTube. Brings people on, looks through their bank statements, their spending habits, tries to set them on the right track. A lot of people are not making as much as they really think they are. You know, buying cars, clothes, all this stupid stuff. But apparently, the people on the show were actors, which is fine. It's whatever. But you know, when you have actors on your show, you got to pay them. They weren't getting paid, or they weren't getting paid the amount they were supposed to.
The contract was thousands of dollars, and he only paid me less than $200 for filming.
While
No
Caleb has
way.
never denied the voice.
So there's some allegations and some screenshots, again, allegations about him sending some weird comments about some 16 and 17-year-old boys talking about their holes, but here's just nothing. I would shove that down his throat where it belongs. Alright, dog. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and get into that here in a second, but there's a video by Scott Schaefer called Caleb Hammer Might Sue Me for this video, and he kind of goes over all of this, so we're just gonna go ahead and watch that.
Almost like Caleb didn't want me to find something. And spoiler alert, yes, I found some very interesting pieces of information we'll be discussing.
That's fucking crazy. Jesus
later in the
Christ.
video. Now, a few weeks ago, I was presented with some information that Caleb Hammer, a finance YouTuber with 1 million subscribers, had allegedly acted inappropriately with a guest on his show. I reached out to Caleb by email to get his side of the story, as these allegations were pretty severe, and I had no interest in making a video without getting everyone's side of the story. What many people don't know is that many of the early guests on Caleb Hammer's show were actually paid actors hired off of a website known as Backstage to appear on the show. Zeke was one of the actors that claims to have found out about Caleb's show from the site, and from the listing Zeke showed me, the offer was quite generous, with an initial small $25 appearance fee, and then
That's actually pretty crazy. That's 25% commission for all revenue in 12 months, which is, you know, I mean, I don't know. This is 2022. I mean, like, what was this? Fucking, financial. What was he doing back in 2022? Alright, I guess, can we do oldest? 2022, what? Damn. Whoa! A year ago, 2022. Okay. So, when was this? May? Oh, okay. I mean, still, like, this is also crazy. This thumbnail game is insane. But, yeah, I mean, it's not that bad. I mean, even just the base price of $2,500 for just a video too, like that's crazy. $2,500 for a video. I mean, I don't know. I've done acting. You know, if you're a freelance actor, let me know if this is, you know, up or down on the scale that you get paid. But even like $8,000, like I wonder what changes. I wonder if you give Caleb a little treat. I wonder if you get 8,000.
5% commission on all revenue generated from the episode for 12 months. Anticipated commission was believed to range from $2,500 to $8,000, depending on the show.
I mean, like, if he did pay him, I mean, I'm assuming it would be in his bank statement. I don't think Caleb would be paying in cold hard cash. That'd be kind of fucking weird. But you know, I feel like there's some pretty easy information to get from Zeke. You know,
While the issue of the alleged missing payments is important, the bigger issue came up in July of 2022 after Zeke's first appearance on the show, when Caleb ended up leaving a very disturbing audio message on Zeke's phone.
Can tell you're a cool dude, and I want to, like, if there's any connections that I have, which I've built a lot of connections in Austin, anything that I'm able to kind of link you to, you know, I definitely want to be helpful. The main reason I haven't wanted to have this conversation via text is, sorry, I had to burp. One, I'm not used to OnlyFans, straight up. It's not really my scene. You know, I'm a personal finance dude. I don't really know anything about that. Two, I'm straight. I'm like 90% straight. I've definitely fooled around.
I'm just gonna be honest, especially the allegation of him feeling up his leg. I don't know.
Because I'm open-minded. And you know, when you get drunk, whatever. But you know, so, and this is like a, you know, a man-on-man thing. But essentially, I think
I think
from the conversation I had with him, the pay will be dependent on what you're willing to do, and what you're willing to do is set by you. So what he would like to do, you guys make out. He would like to do that. What he would like you guys to do, him fill you up. He would like to do that. You can say no about any of these. He would like to play with your dick. And see, that's why I didn't want to type this out either, because that's like, weird for me to say. I don't, it's not like we're friends or anything, but that's what he wants to do. He wants to give you a blowjob. I was also told and confirmed with him that your face would be hidden, blurred out, and hidden. Your identity would be hidden.
What's the point of a blowjob video if the face is hidden? That's like are you gonna cut out the dick and just blur out the face? Doesn't make any fucking sense.
And then if you wanted to give a blowjob, you could. Again, you would make more from that. And
if I'm making more,
eat your butt.
dude. What?
And you would make more for that. You could say no as well.
What?
You could top him. He could top you. Whatever you're willing to do comes with more money. But you could literally do nothing. You could literally just lay back and let him just touch you for the video. And I guess for some reason his subscribers love that, and you'd get paid for it. So really, that's what it is. And there's things.
You fucking just lay back and let him touch you. That's what his subscribers like. His subscribers fucking Ted Bundy. This is insane, dude. Oh my god. Or I guess Jeffrey Dahmer. But I mean, again, there's nothing wrong with this. I just think it's funny. I'm sorry.
Things that I think I don't feel comfortable talking about in this kind of situation, and I'd be happier to talk over in person. Maybe I'm just that kind of person. So you just let me know what you think.
Why don't you just have the dude talk to him? Why are you talking to him? Especially such explicit directions on what's going to be happening. Why don't you just have the guy talk to him?
When that audio message was first leaked, a lot of people claimed it was fake, and in 2024, with advancement in AI voice cloning technology, I understand why some people believed that. However, despite that, Caleb has confirmed on his Reddit, as well as in emails to me, that the voicemail you heard is 100% him, and he makes no claim to it being with women, was because Zeke believed this was an attempt by Caleb to hook up with him instead. Interestingly enough, whoever's version of events you choose to believe, I think it's safe to say that the audio message Caleb left was creepy and inappropriate. Caleb runs a finance YouTube channel, and many people call him the millennial Dave Ramsey. If Dave ever had someone call into the show and then ask them if they wanted to give a BJ on OnlyFans to help pay down some of their credit card debt, I'm pretty sure he would lose a large chunk of his audience for...
I don't know. I think Dave Ramsey, I think he should do that. I think Dave Ramsey should do that. I think that'd be a really funny person.
And his follow-up text of telling Zeke he would needed to vet him in person before connecting him with his OnlyFan friend.
Yeah, I don't know. There's no reason you needed to be the man in the middle in that situation. You could have just been like, here's his contact information. Go, leave me alone.
It doesn't make any sense to me since Caleb and Zeke had already shot an episode of Financial Audit together, so I don't understand what sort of vetting process Caleb had in mind. This wasn't Caleb's first attempt at offering OnlyFans to people who appeared on his show. On Caleb's subreddit, early on in his YouTube career, he made a post explaining he had offered OnlyFans work unsolicited to several of the actors who appeared on his show and wanted to ask his audience if they felt this was appropriate. After his audience overwhelmingly made it clear they felt this was not appropriate and questioned why he was doing this, Caleb quickly deleted the post.
Surprising that people on Reddit are not interested in OnlyFans.
Zeke's claims against Caleb don't end there, as Zeke has also made the claim that Caleb inappropriately touched him after the filming of their second episode together. Yeah, you as well?
Yeah, he did. He locked me in his house after the second filming.
Whoa!
When his friend who helps him film, he left. I was locked in his house, and he sat me down on his couch in the living room, and he was trying, the reason why I was on this show so many times is because I was looking for opportunity, and I was on the couch, and he would not let me leave. He would not pay me what I was owed for that filming, and essentially he didn't give me the money until he groped me. And I needed that money to go home because he knew all my personal finances. He knew how much money I had. I had no money when I showed up. I had zero money because I had spent it on gas to get to Austin. He knew that.
Okay. How much did he claim he was going to be giving you?
Thousands.
And how much did you?
The contract was thousands of dollars, and he only paid me less than $200 for 4 filming.
While Caleb has never denied the voicemail is real.
All right, dog. $400. That's what did he say? Is it $200 or $400? $200. That's fucked. If that's true, that's crazy. That's really fucked up.
Threat to kill him?
Of course I did. He molested me.
Okay. So, but you are confirming that.
Whoa. Oh.
You said
We're
that?
past that. Yeah, him calling me a liar is him lying, but I mean, of course.
That's a crazy accusation. Again, I'm not saying he didn't, but just like that's a wild accusation to throw out.
Of course, I threatened to kill him, but it wasn't really like
set threatened to kill
I'm
him.
gonna do it. It was more like,
I mean, I get it.
Scared.
Now, I have to say that Zeke's behavior of threatening Caleb's life, doxing him, and his somewhat unhinged ramblings on social media have made a lot of people question his motives and unwilling to trust his story about the things he claims Caleb did to him.
And yeah, I get that 100%. I mean, but you know, again, if this did happen, when some crazy shit like that happens to you, you feel like your life is in danger or something like that, you might go a little crazy. So if this is true, I don't blame him.
We can talk about it if you want. I'm just saying, it's very clear to me that this Zeke guy is full of shit based on all the stuff that we're seeing here. That's all I have to say, dude.
Zeke's story has been talked about by a few channels now, and if it were just Zeke...
Why though? I mean, like, I understand, but it's just, I don't know. I don't know. I think it's kind of weird to immediately write someone off as like not telling the truth like that, but it's also, you know, not good to just immediately believe someone and just like get someone out, you know, like go after Caleb like that. But I don't know, just saying flat out like, nah, this is fake. That's a little crazy.
Based on,
and unfortunately for him, his past actions make him look untrustworthy in the eyes of many who see him. I ended up talking to a few friends and several other YouTube creators as well.
You said Pax, you didn't say past.
Make him look untrustworthy, since Zeke's claims have already been told several times before, and unfortunately for him, his past actions make him look untrustworthy in the eyes of many who see him. I ended up talking to a few friends, history, and while I have to keep most of his initial message private so as not to dox him, his final paragraph paints Caleb in a very bad light. I share all of this with you to say that everything I know about Caleb, based on years of experience and communication with him, tells me that any of these allegations made against him are true. He believes wholeheartedly in his superiority to other people, which is why I believe he enjoys telling people about how wrong they are and need to do everything different with their finances.
Yeah, I think that is kind of weird. Because, you know, if he was like an actual like financial advisor or something like that, and he was actually helping these people, that'd be cool. But these are actors. This is just like, he just likes doing that. I think like, it is funny. I won't lie, but it's just, it's a little weird. A little weird that you make that, you produce that.
I think he gets off on feeling smarter and better than other people, and because of his frequent and unwanted sexual comments, I am not surprised in the least that someone has reported that he has made unwanted advances and/or similar. He's a narcissist through and through, and he thinks his supposed intellectual and moral superiority make him immune to consequences or mistakes. The source ended up sending me dozens of chat messages he claims are of Caleb group, as well as further sexually themed comments about a 16-year-old boy. I was truly shocked at just how much was uncovered at the
that's what I'm really on about. I mean, because like, again, this is like a whole legal process, like that's gonna have to go through a lot of stuff to actually like become anything, unfortunately, and that's how it is with a lot of accusations like that. But this is a little crazy. This is like, we got you. And again, screenshots can't be faked, but I don't know.
At the time of filming this video, even more is still being found. I've done everything in my power to confirm these messages are real, including sending one that has the sexually themed message about a 16-year-old boy to Caleb to ask if he wanted to deny if it was real. Caleb's response was that it was very out of context, but never denied it wasn't from him.
Oh, hey Scott, this is from Caleb. Hey Scott, as I mentioned in a previous email, I do not feel comfortable communicating with you because of your previous communications, but I am going to connect with you with my attorney. This is the above is very out of context, but I will let you two connect for more information. Thanks. So he didn't say no. He did not say no. That is not real. I don't know.
Caleb's lawyer reached out to give some context as to where these actually came from, and to do that, we have to talk about Caleb's past. Now, despite Caleb having a channel about financial audits, he actually has no business degree and instead studied music composition at Western Michigan University, where he graduated in 2018.
Whoa, bro, it's fried in this.
Following that, he began composing music and even created a YouTube channel that followed his musical endeavors as well. It was around this time...
Right, like, what? He looks fine in that picture. What the... Oh my god. No, go back.
To look at the chat messages, I have to give some context as to where Caleb music. Following that, he began
Yeah, like what is this picture, bro?
composing music and even created a YouTube channel that followed
Like, he looks fine there. What the hell?
his musical endeavors as well. It was around this time that Caleb ended up joining a group known as the Millennium Composers Initiative. This group was created to bring young composers from around the world together so they could share ideas and foster growth for each other's musical careers. This group eventually started a Facebook group chat for its members to talk about their musical careers as well as other topics, and it's from this chat that the alleged texts from Caleb come from. The source of the text, who asked me to conceal his identity, explains to what extent he believed the group was for.
We felt, or at least I got the impression, that we had very clearly agreed that it was
we
a
are
professional
anonymous.
chat, and that we had professional friendships, and that we were approaching it in that way. We did not really touch on topics like that.
Caleb was allegedly known as Super Ho Diddly Ho. So the user known as Has Sex All the Time says, "What's this hit beat you got playing?" Super Ho responds with "Smoking is gross." Uncut responds with "So is saying that 15-year-old boys are hot." Dancing says "Oh damn." Super Ho responds with 16. Uncut says "Doesn't make your case any better." Super Ho responds with "Ha."
Alright, so here's the thing. If you're joking, you just say I'm joking. This doesn't seem like he's joking. This seems like he's just trying to defend a point to these people.
Like, come on. Uncut says why screenshot, because Super Ho had taken a picture of this guy's Snapchat of his 16-year-old friend, and Super Ho says, "He hot, is gay, please." Uncut says, "He's 16 and no, effing perv."
I mean, dog, like, just because it's legal don't mean you should do it. I'll be honest. Just pulling up the age of consent doesn't mean anything. You're still weird. I don't know.
Super Ho responds with shame. Uncut says, "What was the age of consent in Michigan?" Super Ho says 16. Uncut says Texas is 17. And Super Ho says shame. This is the mess.
What does that mean? Texas is 17. Shame. What?
Texas is 17. And Super Ho says,
And that's, I mean, that's it. That's the context. And then Caleb saw his story on Snapchat and took that screenshot. And it was at that point that Uncut questioned it, and the rest of it takes place here in this group chat. There's no other context out of which it could have been taken.
Now, I do have to say, since Caleb has threatened to sue me, that 16-year-olds are actually at the legal age of consent in some states, including Caleb's home state of Michigan, so maybe he doesn't think anything is wrong with saying a 16-year-old boy is hot. Despite that, it seems a lot of people, myself included, think that it's inappropriate for a then 23-year-old Caleb to say things like that. It made members of the group uncomfortable, and just last year, the influencer known as Just Pearly Things made a similar tweet saying 16-year-olds are hotter than 26-year-olds.
Yeah, we'll talk about her eventually. She's an interesting person. So Miss Pearly, she's definitely yikes, definitely interesting. Not in that way. I'm not saying. I mean, look at this picture. That's all I'm gonna say. She said some things.
For a brief moment in time, both people on the left and right came together and made it very clear they felt that was an inappropriate comment, which eventually led to that influence.
She just, especially the Hitler thing, she made a video, like a little ukulele song, kind of like, what was her name? God damn it. Miranda Sings, that lady. I forgot. Or, I don't know. Miranda Sings, that lady. Similar kind of style songs. It wasn't an apology. She just out of nowhere made a song about saying how it's weird that talking about Hitler in a good light is bad. And then I think she went on Piers Morgan. But let's fucking early things. Piers Morgan. Let's pull this up.
Talked about to Piers Morgan and says, why, the more titled, "Why Can't We Talk About the Jews?" which he dedicated to far-right commentator Nick Fuentes before later deleting it.
Like, dude, there's people that say she's a little dime piece. Oh, dude, I don't know.
Why can't we talk about the...
Isn't that funny? Oh, it's funny, right? Guys, look. Guys, it's funny. Guys, look, it's funny. Look.
Without getting kicked off of YouTube.
Also, another thing. If you talk about stuff that YouTube doesn't want you to talk about, they can kick you off. I don't understand why people are so upset about like internet censorship like this. To an extent, I understand, you know, but it's just don't post there. Don't post on Facebook. Go, you know, you can make your own social media app, right? You can go ahead and do that. You can go scream in the park. You can go stand on an actual soapbox like people used to do, and speak your mind about things. Even if people don't like it, you still have that right. You just can't do it on YouTube or online. I don't understand the issue with that.
Now, I'm not saying Hitler was a good guy.
Alright, well, yeah, there we go. So.
Now there's all these was a good guy. But I kinda wanna know why.
Hilarious, dude. That's hilarious. And then he kind of just rips into her, and I think it's really funny. Hold on.
Got lots of traction. Then I wake up the other day and I see this thing that's trending involving you doing this song.
Cracked out.
And I couldn't
On
really
Piers
believe
Morgan.
what I was watching. I didn't know why did you find it funny?
Huh?
Did you find it funny?
Huh? What? Huh?
I mean, you know the backlash to it. I mean,
She looks so uncomfortable, dude. This is so sad. Why would you do
you
this?
deleted it. You obviously thought you shouldn't have posted it.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you do that? Genuine question.
I mean, the point was more about cancel culture and people getting kicked off of social media. If you finished the song, it was more about like you can't talk about this topic without being canceled by the left and the right. I don't really have a strong opinion either way. It was kind of just like tongue in cheek. I didn't really expect it to get that crazy. It wasn't dedicated to anyone. I don't know why they say that, but that's not true.
I mean, Nick Fuentes is a white supremacist. He's a Holocaust denier. He said afterwards that you had dropped a diss track on the Jews, which he clearly took to be something which was, you know, mocking Jewish people, talking about, I'm not saying Hitler was a good guy, but I want to know why. What do you want to know why?
Well, it was more like, why can't we talk about it? It wasn't like
we talked
one
about the
way or
more
the
conspiracy theories you've heard about Hitler and the Holocaust, presumably.
I'm a fan of conspiracy theory. Like, you know, people think I'm part of the CIA. There's a whole conspiracy thing online. And, you know, I'm not ban anybody off of So Beyond. I don't know why I woke up and I was, my whole canceled about.
That's a big audience of people.
I'm not at two.
I took that to mean that you agree with Fuentes and people like that.
Why did you cut off the end of the song? I said, but we can't even have the conversation.
What is the conversation you want to have?
Without being canceled by the left and the right.
But what
the
is
point is any speech.
No,
I think
it's not any speech. It's not any speech. What is the conversation about Hitler and conspiracy theories and the Holocaust that you want to have?
I don't want to have any conversation. My lane is feminism. That's what
you're singing about.
I actually didn't want to. I was forced at gunpoint to post that video, actually. I didn't want to, actually.
Adolf Hitler.
I'm so sorry. I actually didn't want to post that video.
Can I finish?
Yeah, but you are singing about Hitler.
Okay.
So you do want to.
This is terrible. Anyway.
There have been a number of Caleb supporters who have been defending him this entire time, and I would love to hear in the comments below if the Caleb fans are supporters of grown men saying 16-year-old boys are hot, or if you think adults shouldn't be commenting on the hotness of kids. Now, that wasn't the only time Superho made comments about teenage boys. In another post, it made it clear that Superho has no qualms about his desire for those young teenage boys. So in these chat messages, Superho posts a picture of another member's Instagram page that shows a young boy, and he asks whose the guy's name is, and the other guy gives him his name, which I blocked out, and then Uncut says Caleb's boy crush, and Superho responds with, I would like to personally stick my penis in a hole of his. Any hole will do.
Whoa. That's crazy. That's a crazy statement to make, even out of context. I don't know.
Uncut responds with gross, And Superho responds with hot.
Like, especially, like, again, dude, like, if it's just some dumb joke in some fucking group chat, whatever. But he's, like, finding these people. He's going to Instagram and finding these people and, like, posting them. Like, he's actively looking for it. It's not like he's just, you know, it's just funny. It's obviously not really a joke. He's being serious. I don't know what context. Like, what context could there possibly be? Hey, I'm gonna pretend to be like a really weird pedophile. Did the air? We're gonna do that for an hour.
And responds with, dude, he's like 14. Superho responds with, nah, probably around the other MCI members' age if they were there with him. Later, Superho says, and if 17, it's legal there. It is here. Uncut responds with, Caleb, you're...
No. Like, why do you keep defending it, bro? What context? I don't understand. To chat. And if 17 is legal here, it is here. Caleb, you're 23, that's gross. Not really. What? I'm 50 and I find a 21-year-old. I could be his sugar daddy. I will do it for her or her sugar daddy. Both of my grandparents' sets are 10 years apart. 6 years is nothing. I would shove that cock right down his throat where it belongs. Alright. Here's the thing. For me personally, and I hope a majority of you hold this opinion, 6 years between a 20-year-old and a 26-year-old, not that much. You might not have that much in common. You might not have that much in common, but it's not that crazy. A 16-year-old and a 23-year-old, that's a lot of brain development there that you're missing. So that's the major difference that I don't think people are putting together. Let's see, anyone under 16 is. So as soon as the hour they turn 16, Caleb's fine with it. That changes everything.
You're 23, that's gross. Superho says, not really. What, I'm 50 and I find a sexy 21-year-old I could be a sugar daddy, I will do it, or her sugar daddy. Has sex all the time, responds with a confused or a...
So, again, it sounds like he's bi, at the very least, which is fine. Again, it's just really weird that he's very desperately trying to prove or explain himself to be 90% straight. I don't like why? I mean, I get it if he's still, like, I guess in the closet. I understand you probably wouldn't want everyone knowing about that, but it's like, dude, why? Like, that's fine. Just say you like dudes and girls. It's not that hard. I mean, it's hard, but
upset meme. And then Superho says, both my grandparent sets are 10 years apart. 6 years is nothing. I would shove that cock right down his throat where it belongs. Uncut responds with, it's something if they're underage. Superho says anything under 16 is. Believe it or not, 17 is not under 16. Has sex all the time responds with another meme. Uncut then says, still not an adult. Superho says, I fucked too many people when I was not an adult. Under 16. Has sex all the time responds with another meme. Uncut then says, still not an adult.
Believe it or not, 17 is not under 16. Okay, again, a year? That what does that mean? That doesn't make any sense. You're a victim. You are a victim. That doesn't... What? I don't know. Also, what? Again, his statement here, if something is not against the law, there would be no trouble. Why don't you talk about this then? When you say, yeah, no, I said that. No, 100% I said that. Taking out even if taking out a couple, just say 100%. Yes, I did say 100%. I did say that. Like, there's no
adult. Superho says, I fucked too many people when I was not an adult. Uncut says, just trying to save you from trouble. Superho says, if something is not against the law, there would be no trouble. Uncut responds with, I mean, you do you and do those boys. And Superho responds with, I do. As you can see from those texts, the other members of the group clearly what Caleb Hammer's orientation is. Many members of the MCI group, including the informant who gave me these texts, identify as members of the LGBTQ community. The issue here, if this really is Caleb, is his alleged interest in young teenage boys and his continued attempt to openly express this in the MCI group chat that was not intended to host this type of conversation. The informant who gave me these texts told me this type of continued behavior made himself, a few minutes later, Superho actually posts an uncensored picture of Joey Mills and another guy, to which he responds, haha, changed it on you, it's Joey Mills topping. And then you can...
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, dude. If this is supposed to be some like group text with like a, you know, some students or whatever, or just, you know, some people in a group like that, like a little intellectual group, I guess. That's it's a little
teenage boys and posting inappropriate, unwanted adult content, he also dabbled in the occasional slurs from time to time.
Whoa.
On one occasion, he
Whoa.
decided to rename everyone in the group to R-word, including
R-word. Mexican. Okay. You know what? Now I'm mad, Caleb. Now I'm mad. You had to put Mexican in there, huh?
himself, and then to add a cherry on top, decided to rename R-word 5 to R-word 5 Mexican. When I spoke to the informant about
now me and Caleb got beef. I don't know. You know, I don't look that Mexican, but I am. Don't worry. 23 and me, locked in. But yeah. Now me and Caleb got beef. You know, he
was always acting with in what I found to be a very callous manner. Become very noticeable to me that Caleb was very consistent about making things uncomfortable, and expressed that he took pleasure in sort of initiating those uncomfortable situations. There was a period of a few years in which I did not speak to him, and in which he was not part of those group chats. He returned to our primary composer group chat in I believe it was 2023, and it was as if nothing had changed at that time. So he continued to make sexual references when they were completely unprompted or unwarranted. He would initiate arguments. He would not accept differing opinions. He would repeatedly insist on arguing his point.
I mean, at this point, I don't know what this has nothing to do with it. He's just, you don't like him at this point, and I get that, but I don't think this should have been in the video, because now this feels like a hit piece more than just like, here's the information, whatever. But yeah, you know, whatever.
No matter how much anybody else would try to resolve an argument by agreeing to disagree.
Because I mean, I got a lot of shit talking to a lot of people, right? And there's some things that you've had to bring up about some people. But you know, I mean, I get it. It's an emotional thing. You don't like this person. You want, I guess, you know, it's a natural human thing to, I want to see the person I don't like. I don't really like him. But this is just weird to include in the video, at least for Scott. Like, I understand him saying it, but it's just like, now at this point, you're just trying to make people hate Caleb Hammer. Because again, all of this is crazy. And it seems like all of it is true. The Zeke stuff, again, we still need proof and everything, and so, you know, I don't want to go point fingers at anybody yet, but this is just, what is this? It's just like, he was mean and I don't like him and he caused drama in the group. Like, okay, what does that have to do with me?
In making people uncomfortable, and who is I think I get the impression and have the opinion that he is a narcissistic individual who thrives off.
Cares, dude? What this doesn't have to do? Nothing. This is nothing. This is literally nothing. This is just your opinion about this guy. Why is this in the video? This has been going on for like, dude, almost 2 minutes. We've just been hearing about this guy. I don't like Caleb. He's weird. I don't know. He's mean.
Of the negative emotions he elicits in others.
Okay. So just to follow up, I'm sure you've seen his YouTube channel. So you feel that kind of narcissistic personality that's kind of portrayed on his YouTube channel is somewhat true to his actual real personality?
I would say it's incredibly true to his real personality.
Knowing what we know now, Superho clearly is attracted by young teenage boys. Caleb's original accusers...
Again, major issue. The abuse, alleged abuse of Zeke issue. Not liking him, I don't give a fuck. I don't care. Cut that out of the video.
Zeke was as pathetic as possible. In a recent video, he even decided to make the Asian guy in the thumbnail look as inappropriate as possible, all in the hopes of getting as many views.
Oh my god, that's insane. That is insane. That is the most insane thumbnail I've ever seen in my entire life.
As he can to rack up that ad revenue.
Like, we did the episode, they told me to hype up my bad parts. And so, like, to make me out to be, like, the bad guy, because that's, like, kind of his shtick. And so that video ended up being really, really, really bad, to the point where they were trying to dox me, they're trying to dox my husband, they're trying to dox my family.
Yeah, that's weird. That's, I mean, especially as a creator, I feel like he should acknowledge that. Like, don't do that. Don't do that to these people. Like, and from the episodes I've seen, you know, a while ago, I used to watch this show. I thought it was really funny. It seems like, you know, it's a little bit of tough love for, again, if it's not all acting. But why are you just letting your audience do this? I mean, especially after this, like, he should at least like care for these people after.
There was
Like
people who will say that approved that thumbnail.
Bunch of pictures after record.
An argument that has been around for a long time is whether influencers are responsible for their audience's behavior or not.
I think it's to an extent. I think that, you know, you should make you should tell your audience how you feel about, you know, their behavior, and say that I don't condone this behavior. But if it continues to happen, I mean, it's kind of out of your control. You definitely need to make a statement on it. Especially, you know, like making clear. People hate on iDubbbz for doing that, and call him a loser, whatever. People change. That's just how it is. And especially the things that he talked about in his journey, just going to the store and having people scream slurs at him and shit. It's like, dude, yeah, maybe at some point you're gonna realize, hey, maybe I should, you know, give my honest opinion about these topics and issues. I don't know. Obviously, you can't control what other people do, and I know with a bunch of subscribers it's probably really hard, but I think it's just important that, you know, you at least give your opinion on it and let your audience know that that's not cool. Don't do that. Like, stop. What the hell's wrong with you?
Some people say no, while others think they are. I land somewhere in the middle and believe that creator isn't responsible for every little action your audience does, but when you create an atmosphere of hate where you belittle every guest that comes on your show, treat them like they are idiots, and portray them as horrible people in the title and thumbnails, your audience will see that and think it's okay for them to also treat these people the way they see Caleb.
Alright, the boogie one though? The boogie one? That's fine. That's the only video that should. It's the only one where he didn't go too far.
And think it's okay for them to also treat these people the way they see Caleb treat them. I heard from several guests on the show who have all been doxxed and harassed by Caleb's fan after appearing on the show, because Caleb creates, in my opinion, episodes of Jerry Springer that is disguised as financial content so he can get higher ad rates and better sponsors. Ultimately, my personal opinion is that the show does very little to help anyone who appears on it, and is designed primarily to make Caleb and his team as rich as possible, all at the expense of shitting on every person who comes on the show looking for help. In the description of this video, you'll find my entire interviews with Zeke, Gia, and the MCI informant. Give those a watch and then make up your own mind about who you believe. Ultimately, I feel Caleb's channel is a net negative to the YouTube platform as a whole, but for those who disagree, I would love to hear your opinion as to why in the comments below.